Hello and welcome to round 6 of the 2019 Formula Virtual World Championship here from Magny-Cours, not Paul Ricard, Magny-Cours, France. My name is Brad Downton and I'll be joined today by Harry Westwood.
Oh, bonjour!
Today then the drivers will be tackling 70 laps of this 4.412 km circuit. It's the first time we've been here in Magny-Cours since 2014. The last 4 years have taken place at Paul Ricard. And the last French V-Prix was won by Puccio Giordano, the last race here by Nikolai Milkovic. Giordano can't win again, he hasn't made the grid, but these drivers have. On pole position is Enrique Ruiz, he starts on the mediums, as does Nathaniel Powers alongside him. First time in 3-4 races that Downton haven't been on pole. Klaas van Snelheid lines up behind his teammate in third, he's on the softs, as it's Felix Perez alongside him in 4th place. Fifth and heading the third row is the lead math short of Adrian Simon. He is on the softs as well, joined by his teammate Al Arkanga, who starts from 6th, the 2DS math shorts, together there on the third row. Starting in 7th is Timo Kinnaman, the second of the Franklins. Kinnaman, like his teammate, is on the medium tyres and he leads Felix Bayer, the lead car in the Holmqvist, on the hards. Rounding out the top 10, in 9th we've got Will Hoskins. Hoskins with a phenomenal qualifying for Andromeda. He starts on the softs. Zazolia rounds out the top 10 in the second of the first. He is on the medium tyres. 11th and 12th we've got the two Ingrams. Matson leading Vasquez. The Frenchman at home on the hard tyres. His teammate on the mediums, the Colombian. In 13th we have Sebastian Bergqvist. Bergqvist is on the softs for Holmqvist and he has Thierry Zylander in the DS Phoenix alongside him. Zylander with a great qualifying himself, he starts on the hard tyres. In 15th is Johan Halverson in the lead of the North Stars. Really disappointing qualifying session for North Star. Halverson on the softs, as is Mario Juan Lopez alongside in the first of the Meteors. In 17th is Elroy Wagner, the first Lopez, he is on the medium tyres. Gabriele Garcia completes two really disappointing qualifyings for the North Star. He is on the softs in 18th place. 19th is Jules Simon in the second Meteor. He is on the mediums. 20th is the only Chima in this race, Nikolai Milkovic on the soft tyres. Every team has managed to get at least one car into this race for the first time this season, so that's interesting to know. Rodolfo De La Fuente starts 21st. He is on the mediums in the second Andromeda, alongside Sergio Alvarez, also on the mediums. 23rd is Finn Schneider in the AMR, he is on the mediums as well, as is 24th placed Victor Osberg in the second of the Lopez. And on the back row of the grid, in 25th, we have Hunter Ryan in the Ocelot, and Sol Ocelot on the extra softs, and Arden Hutchinson starts from last on the mediums. As we go down to the grid then, Enrique Ruiz in pole position on the left, Nathaniel Powers second on the right. The lights go out now and we're racing in France. It's a great start once again then from Nathaniel Powers, who draws up and alongside Ruiz as they head to turn 1. The two are wheel to wheel as they come through the fast turn 1, and Powers around the outside takes the lead. Perez into second, Klaas into third. Ruiz loses 3 places then. In one corner, the pole sitter already down to 4th as Powers leads from Perez and Klaas van Snelheid. Felix Bayer jumped up 2 positions. He's up to 6th as now Klaas already up and alongside Felix Perez then as they head to the Adelaide hairpin. Perez surely not, he's got wheel to wheel with the Mexican. They're going wheel to wheel and Klaas surely as they come to the chicane for the first time. Klaas van Snelheid is through into second.
Calm down. By the way, you got their positions wrong on the grid, but that's fine.
What? Oh, we've got contact there between that is Zazolia and Kinnaman. And that has cost Alexander Zazolia then a couple of positions as he got locked with the rear wheels of Timo Kinnaman. That put him back into in between the two Ingrams as Nathaniel Powers leads them from Klaas van Snelheid and Felix Perez. As Bayes up to 5th.
It's been an absolute hectic start here. Wow, Ruiz just, I don't know if it was like a dusty line on the inside or whatever, but just completely compromised his run and had no momentum, and that cost him, well, 3 places.
Yeah, absolutely did. Ruiz then got really caught out there. The pole sitter dropping to 4th in the opening lap, but Felix Bayer from 8th to 5th. Never mind, you're 6th now.
Haha. What is it that I called you before the race, Bradley? You're one of those.
We shan't go into that.
Hey, audience, guess down in the comments below what it was. So we've got Simon having had. What happened to Simon? He seemed to have quite a poor start.
Maybe he had a poor start.
Maybe Hoskins is only lost one position off the start, actually. He's doing okay. Matson's lost places. I'm just going to go all throughout the field until something exciting happens. But yeah, that was... I mean, I have to admit, Perez, I mean, fair play to the lad. He really stuck his nose in there trying to get inside Klaas, but just, I don't think he's quite got the car under him. But with that being said, Klaas is now all over his teammate. Obviously, he's got the softer tyre on, so...
Yeah, sorry, I was miles away. What?
Fantastic. Ever the professional.
Absolutely. As Alar Kanga sets the fastest lap then in his pursuit of Enrique Ruiz, as both DS Matashores have now demoted Felix Baer. He didn't last there very long, did he? As Klaas van Schnelheid then closes up onto the back of his teammate for the race lead. And that's to be expected. His power's on the medium, Klaas is on the softs, as Vasquez demotes Hoskins to 10th, round the outside of the Adelaide hairpin. No, Hoskins cuts the corner and goes, nope.
Didn't cut all of it, just some.
And that's cost Vasquez a place to Zazolia then. The Colombian slips to 12th.
So Vasquez, more like, not very good overtake, man.
That was atrocious.
Thierry's Islander having quite a shocking start, seemingly not able to get those halves up to temperature on his formation lap. Has dropped down, I think he started in 13th, 14th, he's now in 17th and losing ground.
Yeah, and his teammate started back in 22nd or something, and he's only now 2 places behind him.
Yeah, complete reversal of fortunes.
Yeah, well and truly. There's Adrian Simon then, sets the fastest lap.
Can you just give me validation when I ask for it?
No, sorry, I missed what you said.
Oh, you're one of those moves today. You're gonna keep missing. He was doing this before the race. He missed everything else. Why is the car facing us?
Probably best not to ask those weird questions.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to be on camera.
They want to see me.
They absolutely don't.
There's plenty of places where you can see more of me than you want to.
And no one wants that.
I don't know. Your dad didn't seem to
Taking
mind.
a lot of curb into that chicane.
Yeah. That car was bouncing around like a horse on a carousel. Is that a carousel?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I used to call them magic roundabouts.
I mean, that works too.
Look at the way that these cars stick to the track, though. Especially that Franklin. It is looking absolutely nailed to the floor of this circuit.
It certainly is. Anyway, what do you mean? Just going back to the start. What do you mean I got them the wrong way round? Who did I get the wrong way round?
You said Ruiz on pole on the left, and then Powell's on pole in second on the right.
Yeah.
But Ruiz was on the right, Powell's was on the left.
Not as we were looking at it from the camera.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You still got it wrong. As Kinnaman is now carrying.
Except I didn't, because I always do it as we're viewing the grid.
Oh, that makes a little bit amiss with the timing screen. Oh no, it's fixed.
You're a little bit amiss with the timing screen. There's Sumo Kinnaman then, right in the wheel tracks of Felix Baer as they head to the Adelaide hairpin. Can't do anything with it this time round though. And Kinnaman, stuck behind Baer, is losing a lot of time here. He's already some 4 seconds behind Adrian Simon as that's Johan Halvorsen going past your Massa.
Are you going to be like difficult all race or
only as difficult as you usually are?
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like this is my comeuppance.
We had a brief yellow flag there, and I think the only thing of note is that De La Fuente seems to have slipped back. I mean, he was fairly far back anyway, but he slipped further back.
Yeah, problem is he ran into his shocking lack of ability.
That's a little bit harsh. He's not done a terrible job.
Oh. But he is 15 places behind his teammate and regularly getting spanked hard by him. Although, to be fair, Hoskins is the rightful world champion, so...
Exactly. So there we go.
But De La Fuente is with Franklin as well, as Klaas is even closer on this lap. But
yeah, and Klaas looking up the inside then at the Adelaide hairpin. Klaas van Schnelheid goes through and takes the lead then from his teammate. And, well, you've sensed that's been coming. Klaas has seemed to be much quicker on those soft tyres, and he's finally got through past his teammate, and now he needs to start pulling a gap.
Yeah, very mature overtake there. Just spent a few laps kind of getting a feel for his teammates' breaking points and set up the move nicely into the hairpin. But just wonder if he might have wasted a bit too much time with his first stint behind him, Bradley.
Yeah, it was smart from Powers as well to not like totally close the door on him.
Absolutely.
Great racing between teammates. That's exactly how you should do it.
Yeah, make it look just about real, but we all know it's not.
It was real.
No.
Do you think we'd have allowed Perez to be this close?
Good point.
If it was blooming.
I was just going to say, Klaus really doesn't seem to be able to... I know it's only been like a lap, but...
Not even been a lap.
Yeah, but with the amount that he was harrying Powers through the corners, you'd expect him to pull away a bit better than this.
Yeah, very possibly. Meanwhile, Timo Kinnaman is still stuck behind Felix Bayer.
Yeah, if he can't make this move,
he's now 6 seconds behind Adrian Simon.
That's not bueno. Maybe he shouldn't have had that tangle with Zazolia, who has recovered from it much better than Kinnaman did.
Has he?
Well, I mean, he dropped down to like 13, 12.
No, yeah, because he was in between the two Ingrams, wasn't he?
And
there's Johan Halverson there harrying Hannes Vazquez in 12th place. I don't quite know what... two Phoenix cars are now nose to tail. I don't quite know what happened with North Star in qualifying. They just kind of didn't turn up.
Once again, Gabriella doesn't seem to have done a very... he's been a bit off in the last few races. Well, the last two. Including this one, so last race. But, yeah, no, North Star... It's so weird, because obviously, normally we see in the European season where the teams find it this extra pace, but if anything, they've done what Lopez do. They've turned up with a dog shit car, and it's bitten them in the ass.
I mean, I don't know that's quite where you're getting it. As Enrique Ruiz then, in the wheel tracks of Felix Perez, they head down to the Adelaide hairpin. Perez, no, Ruiz down the inside of Perez, and he's pushed him wide, and that's allowed Alarcanga through into third, and Simon. So Ruiz there costing them both positions, and Perez has gone from third to sixth in one corner through no fault of his own.
No, Ruiz just took a bit too much curb there. Very clumsy move. I think he's let that start get in his head a little bit. He's not been driving very well these 8 laps. Obviously, it's only a seventh of the way into the race, not even that, but normally this is the kind of overtake we'd expect to see from him in 2015 kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, very much. It's just sort of like, it just seems as though he's lost his head. As Kinnaman, I know I keep watching it, but he's still stuck behind Bear, and it's now got to the point where Sebastian Bergqvist is closed onto the back of him as well. Here we go then, this is on board with Perez, and that was what happened. Ruiz caught the curb on the inside and launched the car, so he didn't actually have control of it, in fairness.
Caught the curb, he just yeeted it over the curb. It was just like, he had so much space.
Alarcanga came through and just went, oh, thank you very much.
Snatched a break.
Here we go, Kinnaman on Bayer, finally then. It's only taken him 9 laps, but finally Timo Kinnaman goes through into 7th place.
You know what they say, Bradley, good things coming to those who wait. Oh, sorry.
No, I wonder if Bergqvist will find it as difficult. Oh, as that is Jules Simon on Jean Matson, and he cut a lot of the curb there. Slammed into the side of the Ingram and used it to take 15th place.
Two of the home heroes here, both French nationals. We do have a lot of French connection, if you'll pardon the pun, in this sport. Obviously, we've got Diaz, we've got Simon, we've got Matson. You know, we're definitely on. What's the word I'm looking for?
Zylander, I believe, is from the French-speaking part of Belgium as well.
Otherwise known as Belgium.
Yeah, but still a French connection, especially considering Phoenix are backed by DS as well.
Ever so slightly. That didn't even make any sense. Ow! Sorry.
I didn't hurt him. I just want to point that out.
And also, we did have Olin Inman, who was monogasque, which is close to France.
He's not even in it anymore.
Yeah, but that's why I said we did have. Don't be accused.
There's Johan Halverson then on Will Hoskins. or 11th place. He can't quite make it stick there at the hairpin. But, well, it looks as though Halverson's found a little bit of pace back again.
Yeah, I've got to say, Hoskins has been the only one really who's been able to resist attacks into that hairpin. We've seen a couple of times now where he's been able to defend his position perfectly on the apex.
Yeah, he's evidently a little slow though, isn't he? I mean...
Look at the car he's in.
Well, this is true.
It's decorated like the front of a cabana.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, that's a stunningly bright and colourful livery.
It just reminds me of the Benetton.
Well, it's just classically Brazilian, isn't it?
I guess. I would have put a bit less blue, but I'm not Brazilian, so what do I know?
As two Honquist then still running nose to tail in 8th and 9th. There we go. They swap positions. Bergqvist sweeps around the outside of Felix Bayer at turn 2.
Yeah, very nice. Not team orders. I'll tell you what I asked
turn 3, apparently.
Bradders.
According to the track map.
Bradderton. Oh my god, I'm going to call you Bradderton.
You're not.
Ryan has already done like 10 laps on his extra softs. Obviously, the only one of the Ocelots to qualify as they got knocked into the Q1 range of the championship last race, but he really doesn't seem to have that much extra pace relative to those around him for the tyre that he's on. We normally see the extra soft a lot faster than the other tyres, and he's just not making it work.
Well, no, but he is in a car that's not particularly quick, and he did start 25th, so he's gained 5 places. So, like, you know. But, yeah, as Harry just mentioned, obviously, we only have one Ocelot in the race, and that is Hunter Ryan, which means the man who won this race last year, not here, but in Paul Ricard, Puccio Giordano, as Ryan dives into the pits after 11 laps then.
Stops.
Yeah, the man who won the French V-Prix last year, Puccio Giordano, failed to make the grid. He actually finished last in Q1.
Yeah, he was the slowest of them all.
It's just...
But Q1, I gotta say, after, you know, the whole reshuffle, 4 races, 5, however many races in, I don't really pay attention to the rules. I know 5. I should.
This is the first race where Q1 has changed.
Yeah, it was a lot closer, wasn't it? Like, very, very tight.
It was, yes. Only about 3 or 4 tenths split the 10 cars that were competing.
Yeah, which I guess just for me that makes it even more exciting.
And as I say, that resulted in, for the first time ever, every team having at least one car in the race.
This season.
Yeah.
Because normally in the past, every team has had a car in the race.
Usually in the past, every team has had 2 cars in the race.
Huh? Yeah. How things change.
But yeah, as just looking.
That was uncomfortable silence.
You're an uncomfortable silence.
I can make you very uncomfortable.
Up front, we're on board with Ruiz then, who is currently harrying Adrian Simon. Simon seems to have dropped a couple of seconds behind his teammate Alakango. Stop making comments while I'm talking. But up front, Lars van Snelheid has used his soft tyres to start eking away now, nearly 2 seconds clear of his teammate, who has a second or so buffer back to Kanga.
Yeah, and his name is Simon.
What?
I don't know, man.
He's just being a moron.
I didn't listen to you, and I wanted to add a point at the end.
He's such a crap. So yeah, gap's opening up at the front of the field a little bit now.
So that wasn't necessary. Sorry, I'm having a tantrum in the commentary box. I haven't had my daily beer, and by beer I mean beers, lots, some, plural. Yeah, what was I going to say? So, Alvarez, who started he started 8 places behind his teammate, is now in front of his teammate.
Yay!
Well, Wagner is, where did he start? 19th?
Not sure. I should bring the grid up, shall I?
You should, because I won't. Oh, is there Zolia? Oh no, I thought he was looking up the inside there, but he is right up the arsehole of Bergerfist there. Oh,
Wagner started exactly where he is.
oh, there's a mistake there from Halverson on the exit of the Adelaide hairpin. And now Vasquez is trying to capitalise on that. But, oh! That was real close between himself and JML there, but no contact.
Oh, that was contact.
I shouldn't have spoken.
And
Oh,
that has caused chaos. Vasquez into the side of Halverson. And he's caught Jules Simon. The pair of them are on the grass.
where's he going? He's off on an adventure. Don't drive on the racing line. Finn Schneider did very well to get it slowed down in time to avoid that.
He did indeed. But yeah, that's cost Vasquez.
It's nice to see the AMR back on track again.
It is. Yes, we've had what? We've had 2 races without them now, haven't we? There's
Yeah.
here we go, a nice rearward shot on board with Johan Halverson. And
Exactly.
well, Vasquez was down the inside, and Halverson did kind of slice across him slightly.
Yeah, but the thing is, this corner, you very much come down. So if you go for a dive bomb like that, you're going for a gap that is always closing on you. It's like driving into a wedge.
Well, yeah, but if there's a car's there, if there is a car there, you need to leave a car's width.
Yeah, not squeeze them into the wall, eh?
Exactly. But we shan't get into that.
I don't think I want to. Yeah, look how late the apex here. See? That said, I do see your point. He was more than halfway alongside.
Yeah.
But you know, rookie gamer mistake.
But neither of them are rookies.
Or gamers. They might be. Gamers are the most oppressed. Oppressed, not depressed. Depressed like me, or oppressed like... Bradley, you want to PC this one up?
No, I think we should just move on. The gap
Yeah.
up front then between the 2 Downtons is now 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Ganga starting to close back in a little bit on Nathaniel Powers.
Yeah, I've got to say I expected a little bit more pace from the Franklin boys today. They've once again been a letdown. No,
Yeah, Ruiz from pole positions. We dropped back to 4th, then took 3rd briefly, and then fell to 5th as a result of taking them off. And
did you hear that?
yes, I did. Zazolia then looking to overtake Bergqvist,
Burger Fest. I think I've broken my
but
desk.
I've developed hiccups. Excuse me.
As Zozonjaya is chasing through this.
Oh,
really
Zazolia down the inside of Bergqvist, but nope. And have we got a pig in here?
I did poop a little bit there. Not a whole turd, but like enough.
You're atrocious.
You think it's a warm afternoon, Bradley, and we're in here.
Oh, pits, Kanga and Klaas-Van Schneider are in the pits. So those on the soft tyres then, at the end of 16 laps, have
Pit.
shut up. Have made their first stop, and Perez joins them. And where does Klaas feed back out then? In 5th place in that nice little gap between Timo Kinnaman and Sebastian Bergqvist, and Kanga's got in it as well, just out ahead of the Swede.
Yeah, I like Swede. I don't, it's awful. Ooh, it's Berger. The 50th. Zolia, who's now looking really nice on the run down the hairpin. Kind of looking a little lacking in the straight line there.
You did temporarily cut out a little bit there. Seems all good now.
Yeah!
But interesting to note, that was a really... seems to be a really short pit lane. Klaas was leading by what, 2 seconds, and he's come out 14 behind the leader, so it's about what, 16 seconds for a stop.
We've got basically the exact same.
Yeah, you keep cutting out.
Oh, well, I don't want to. How's this?
You seem alright at the moment.
Yay, yummy.
Apologies, folks. Technical issues. Simon dives into the pits as well, then. So Adrian Simon managed to make his soft tyres go a lap longer.
He will still have to do 4 stops.
He will. That's unfortunate, and it's going to cost him. I mean, he was some way behind Kanga already, wasn't he? But Kanga has managed to get that undercut beautifully, and that's going to really cost Simon because he's going to come out behind Zazolia and Perez.
Yeah, that's a big yikes from me, dog.
So Perez has jumped him, hasn't he? Perez has jumped back ahead of Adrian Simon with the undercut.
What am I, a joke to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm stunned that first haven't called for Zazolia to pull aside and let Perez through already. Bergqvist pits and rejoins in 11th. So a great opening stint there from the young Swede.
But the soft-tired runners, Bradley, they are only doing 2 stops less than the extra soft runner today.
They are, but how is Hunter Ryan doing? Well, he's 21st.
And he pits again in 4 laps.
Yeah.
So not great. Things could be better down in the Ocelot garage.
They could have
Imagine
2 cars in the race.
Yeah, imagine spending all weekend preparing 2 cars for the race and then only getting one of them through. Like, that's a weird flex. But at least you save on, like, petrol, tyres.
His Klaas van Snelheid sets the fastest lap then on his fresh soft tyres.
Yeah, he's really driving the car fast. Oh, Perez round out.
Oh,
no!
the 2 firsts come together, and that is a front wing off for Felix Perez then, as him and his teammate Alexander Zoli collide. Perez trying to take nearly everyone with him as he rejoins the track.
Yeah, big stroppy boy.
As Klaas and Kinnaman are battling for 3rd place, but I had momentarily looked away from the screen, just saw the 2 firsts off on the grass, so I want to see a replay of that one, but that could cost them dear.
Yeah, Perez basically, from what I can gather, you need to see another angle. He came down on the apex where his teammate still was and squeezed him.
Here we go then. So this is Perez. Perez going around the outside. Yeah. And he just didn't leave enough room there, did he? And he caught Zazolia and turned the pair of them round.
Gotta say, Nice Adam is not going to be happy about that. And there's definitely going to be a long chat in the debrief after this race.
Yeah, well and truly. And they will not be pleased with this.
So good today.
Yeah, I mean, Perez had jumped back ahead of Adrian Simon.
So the team did all the work and he's just throwing it all away for them.
Yeah, well and truly. It'd be interesting to see whether, obviously Perez is going to have to pit for a new front wing, so that's going to consign him to doing. Oh, as Simon there, Kinnaman got squirrely around turn 3, and Simon used that to full advantage. That was Kanga, sorry. Kanga used it to full advantage, sweep around and into 4th place.
Yeah, Simon losing 10 seconds of that whole debacle, but yeah, the tighter line through here really does not seem to be the best way to go. It seems like you actually carry more momentum if you carry a wider line, and also you don't run the risk of actually dipping a wheel onto that treacherous grass, because once you do, that's when the car really seems to get away from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that then. Felix Perez rejoins in last place.
Ooh. Well, I mean, maybe we'll get to see him do some fun overtakes at least. Obviously, he's now in a faster car amongst some slower cars, if you could probably say.
Yeah.
But,
why is Halverson 22nd?
Why is Lopez 20? Oh yeah, because he had a pit stop and Visual Simon didn't. Halverson might have pitted. Don't forget, a lot of drivers are on medium tyres today.
Yeah, that's true. As Alar Kanga bangs in the fastest lap, a 13.3.
Yeah, and he's only a second down on Klaas. He's really coming alive in this second stint of the V-Prix.
He is, yes. So he's closing in, isn't he, on the Dutchman? I mean, the gap between Howells and Klaas has come down by 4 seconds since Klaas, that's his name. It's round the outside. Oh, Jean Matson goes Sebastian Berkes back up to 9th then.
How did I say Kinnaman?
I have no idea.
Oh, because I'm still used to watching him in the Hawks last season.
But yeah, the gap between the leaders down to 10.5 seconds now, so Klaas is... I mean, obviously he's on the fresh soft tyres as opposed to Howells' slightly worn mediums now. But he is reeling them in, using them to his advantage.
Yes, and obviously Powers has to get forward to actually get a 2-stop off.
Yeah, you cut out again.
Oh! That's so not epic.
But what lap does Powers have to get to reach 2-stop?
23 or 24. I think 23 should be enough, but 24 would be a lot safer.
Okay, so we're nearly there then.
Yeah.
Which is quite huge, because it would mean Klaas would need to pull out 2 pit stops worth of time.
Yeah, but then we've seen that is not as much time as usual here.
As he's... Oh. So you've just taken suddenly like 1.3 seconds out of him, and then it reappeared.
We do have a very interesting timing app. It's made by Huawei.
Oh, as that is Zazolia around the outside of Felix Bayer then for 7th. Zazolia showing his teammate how you overtake there.
you know what? That was going to be what I was going to say. So weird flex, but okay. Right, now this is crucial. If Powers doesn't pit, then he is in the hot seat for a good reason for the win possibly here. Our Samaritans, they're the suicide people. They prefer a different name.
I mean, yeah, probably.
So, oh, Samaritans, they're the suicide people. I don't think that doesn't.
Well, there goes Powers onto lap 23.
Yeah, so he has made it to the 2-stop window, and suddenly everyone on soft has done a little pee in their pants.
Not that I want to like cut your chat short, but yeah.
What was I saying wrong? Was it about the obvious?
Well, yeah. Just the rather blunt way that you put it.
Yeah, I didn't really know how else to put it. Mind you, at least you don't have pictures of mountains on the side of your car.
Hey, to be fair, those mountains look pretty cool.
They are very well drawn. Dylan, did you hand draw those?
I'm not sure he did the livery.
Yeah, he did. Oh, do you remember his first one, the blue and white checkered? Oh, what a nice livery. That looked so...
That was dripping in sarcasm.
To be fair, I mean, you know, I am...
To the point that the commentary box floor is now soaked. Thanks for that.
Well, that's because I wet myself earlier.
No, that's the puddle I'm stood in.
I missed the bucket, you know, it's easily done.
There's a bucket?
Yeah, but I might have mistaken it for the drinks bucket.
Again?
Yeah, it does happen. If there's no solids in there, how am I supposed to know? Even when there are, it'd be like a smoothie with bits in. Oh, is this Jules Simon? No, it's not.
It's Lopez on Schneider.
Oh,
that was...
I think the team might want to be checking his suspension in a few laps in his next pit stop, because
yeah, I'd say
getting these curbs really hard, Bradley.
There's Powers on to lap 24 now, so comfortably now in for a 2-stop race.
Yeah, so now I wonder if the hards, they have to make this one-stop, they have to make it to a one-stop lap 35, or else they are really going to be at disadvantage on a slower tyre with doing the same lap stops as the mediums, which we have seen before.
Have we?
A couple of times. It's not frequent.
Oh yeah, we've had a race or two where the mediums have only done one stop, haven't we? Interesting note, obviously Ruiz on the mediums as well. This tyre strategy could have really saved his race here.
Yeah, actually. Franklin coming in clutch there after... well, he seems to have settled down now, actually. Now that he's got some clear air, he's got track to himself, he can just get on with his race. He seems to be performing quite a lot. These drivers are hitting that curb so hard as... oh, Bayer goes hella defensive into that corner.
Yeah, and that's on his teammate as well.
Yeah, both of us just can't get past him for love nor for money.
I get the feeling it won't be too long though. He's on some fresh, soft, yellow walled tyres.
You can see through his commitment in the turns. He's so much more comfortable on those yellow striped tyres. Here we go. He's got a nice run on him through turns 1 and 2.
No, he doesn't. I thought he was going to breeze around the outside there, but didn't take it.
There's that little curb on the inside there. It's almost like a little bit of AstroTurf. That's what seems to be upsetting the car, not the grass. Yeah,
and just as Ruiz seems to be losing a chunk of time at the moment.
Run.
I think Ruiz might be caught up in something. He's just lost as... wow.
That's...
I mean, it was an overtake.
Yeah, I mean, he would have probably got it without cutting. He just caused himself a bit more issues.
Yeah, I think Bayer pretty much gave him the corner there, didn't he? He was so wide out, he was practically at the car.
Ooh, as Halverson, no, Gabriella, the very nice overtake on Schneider there. As Milkovic having a bit of a mixed race so far. Oh no, not a mixed race. Like, not... and moving on, let's move on from that topic.
He's in the race. That's, I think, you know, the best that Chima can hope. Oh, that might be why Ruiz is slow then. There is smoke pouring from the Franklin, and Enrique Ruiz surely then is set to retire from this race.
Yeah, Franklin this season, ever since the first couple of races, just cannot seem to catch a break, with Ruiz getting caught up in incidents, retiring through either incidents or mechanical failures in this instance. But yeah, I can't see him going the distance with an engine that's puffing smoke.
No, absolutely not then. And the pole sitter, who had a, well, horrendous start really, then ran Felix Perez off the road, is now
How slow he is.
with a
His
sick
penalty.
engine, yeah, and he's losing a shed load of time. Then, well, surely it won't be long before that finally totally gives up the ghost.
Yeah, and
Is
obviously
this going to be the class for chance? The class for chance?
Class.
The chance for class even
Jinx.
into the into the final chicane. Well, the final corner before the final chicane.
Yeah.
That made sense.
I knew what you meant.
I'm
Yeah,
glad someone did.
Is what's crucial here is that is like a really important phase of the stint for the soft-tired runners to actually try and gain some time back on Powers, and they've lost about 4 or 5 seconds on him. Obviously,
soft-tired runners haven't.
yeah, those two have.
No, they haven't. Ruiz was 3 seconds back. Class was about 4 seconds going in, so it's still about 7 seconds the gap.
Oh, I forgot that they weren't right up behind. My bad.
Yeah, they've closed a lot on Ruiz. He's been really quite slow in the last couple of laps because of this engine problem.
Yeah,
that looks as though that's it then.
Not
Enrique Ruiz pulls to the side of the track following the chicane, and Ruiz retires from the French V-Prix, and he's the first retirement of the race. This is the pole sitter.
Big shame, because I feel like he was on for quite a good result with the way his strategy.
Well, yeah, I think the strategy had pulled him back. I think we're seeing quite early on here the medium tyres are probably the favoured strategy, and he pulled himself back to second place as Powers dives into the pits. Then at the end of lap 27,
I did tell you before the race that there would be the better strategy.
You did. For once, you were right.
I'm always.
It looks like you might be right.
Last race was the first time in a while I've been wrong on strategy.
And Powers then rejoins in some beautifully clean fresh air. In third place, just ahead of Timo Kinnaman and some 6 seconds behind Al Arkanga.
Yeah, Timo Kinnaman is not looking like a threat at all, and I do wonder if because
Kinnaman's on the mediums.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's not a threat at all.
How has he had such a bad race?
Because he got caught up in a couple of incidents, and also he's not bad.
As Zazolio makes his first stop on the medium tyres then and rejoins in 11th, just behind Will Hoskins.
So Zazolio, that's close around the outside, not the inside. Wagner hasn't got the talent.
Zazolio went very wide there just to try and ensure he held the position.
Yeah, on those cold tyres, I'm surprised they gave him enough grip to do that.
Well, they'll be, partially warmed from the blankets, won't they?
Yeah, but I mean, they're definitely not up to racing temperature.
Well, no, this is true.
So this can fine.
do you want to try again?
Yeah, these two are going to have a right good scrap, I think, for either second place or maybe all 3 of them for the win.
There we go. Kinnaman dives into the pits for his first stop at the end of lap 28. So he has managed to eke his tyres out 1 lap longer, but the considerable amount of pace he's lost in the meantime really means it wasn't worth it.
Hey, look, they still paint one of the little booth things green for Westwood.
Yes, that's why it was done.
Yeah, you've got the red one for DS, Akashore. You've got an orange one for you. You've got a white one for Franklin.
There's Will Hoskins then around the outside of Sergio Alvarez, and there was contact between the pair of them, and Hoskins has lost his front wing. Hoskins then, who's running in 9th on the hard tyres? Soft. Oh yeah, soft.
He's been again.
Oh, Hoskins was doing a great job then.
That's a shame, but unfortunately, that is his own doing. Just came down a little too aggressively on Alvarez, who himself has had an absolute stunner of a race. I know he's on the medium tyres, I want to say. Has he even stopped yet?
I don't think so.
If he can make those tyres last 5 more laps, he is in the money.
Nor is his teammate Zylander, although obviously Zylander is on the hards.
Yeah, but
I'd be stunned if Alvarez can make this last 5 more laps.
Yeah, he's all over the place, but I just wonder because he's already so committed to this.
I say, look at the lack of traction he's got on the exit there. There's ahead of Zazolio, and I fully expect him to go straight on into the pit lane there. And there we go.
Well, it's nice to dream, but that tells me that that car is very nice on its tyres.
I mean, he's managed what? 2 laps longer than Powers and Zazolya?
Yes.
Alvarez rejoins then in 18th place, just behind Hunter Ryan, who is probably going to pit again in another lap or 2.
3 laps.
Is it 3 laps?
Yeah, it was 11, so every 11.
Oh, yes.
But that pit stop is only going to... Oh, yeah, okay.
No, actually, Perez is back up to 14th.
22nd.
Sorry? We had 2 different conversations there.
Yeah. Ryan's pit stop is only going to drop him back to like 20 seconds. Not dead last, so we are slowly gaining time on these other guys.
Yay!
I'm going to say that Lucas is not looking handy this weekend. It just kind of... well, I believe it was Hutchinson that actually scraped out of Q1 like into Q2 by the skin of his teeth, didn't he? I mean, I know they were all quite close as it is, but I'm pretty sure he was the last of the Q1 cars.
You bear with me. Not like an actual bear, you dingus. Yeah, I don't know, it's taking a while to load on the system because, you know.
Internet Explorer, Windows 7.
Cars, quick.
Darn, that's some action there. Thierry Zylander being made to look like an absolute buffoon by Mario Juan Lopez there, who takes 10th place. I've got to say, once again, the Meteor Boys looking very handy on track, as Perez makes that 14th place into 13th place and disposes of Gabriella.
Yeah, Perez is recovering reasonably well, isn't he, having his team? No, Hutchinson was 3rd in Q1.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of someone else then.
Yeah, Del Puente was the man who only just scraped through.
That does make sense. But yeah, this race, he just hasn't seemed to be able to... I mean, he's 6 seconds off the nearest car. But then Schneider again, he was the fastest in Q1.
He was.
And he's
I'm impressed you remember.
Thank you.
Given it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It was yesterday, Bradley. We operate in a chronological order that works in very close tandem with the way we perceive things to happen. Because obviously time is just a construct.
As round the outside of Thierry's Island goes Johan Halverson at turn 3, and that was we've seen it already, but a greatly executed move there from the Dane, and that is an atrocious use of the word greatly that I'm pretty sure doesn't even exist as Perez demotes Zylander further.
Yeah, Zylander going left and right to try and find a way back past, but to quote your favourite phrase,
into the pits then comes come the 2 leaders once again for their second stops, Klaas van Snelheid and Alar Kanga, and with this, I mean, they are absolutely nailed on for full stoppers now. Where do they rejoin? In 3rd and 4th, some nigh on 10 seconds back from Powers again.
Is Simon on the softs?
Simon.
I know, I'm just being obtuse.
Yes.
Wow. He's not recovered well from that incident.
No, he hasn't, has he?
He's just kind of gone, right. Obviously the championship leader as well, isn't he?
No.
Or still Klaas?
It's still Klaas.
Sorry, you have to forgive me. I have had approximately an hour of sleep since yesterday. So.
And he's a stroppy little tart.
Me? Shut your mouth.
See my point? We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. I wonder if we've had another collision at turn 3.
Garcia is going down the... No, he's not.
Nope, it's gone, so...
Nick, show us a replay. Watch, we'll get a replay now because he listened to me.
Might not be quite instantly, but I should imagine we'll get one shortly.
Nick, please. Oh, please, Father Nicholas.
There we go. Adrian Simon dives into the pits then. And the undercut working beautifully once again for Klaas and Kanga. They are just absolutely making the most of that.
That's a long stop there for Simon.
No, I don't think it was.
Well,
what was he? Just ahead of Klaas. We work it out as about 16 seconds.
Yeah.
About 16 seconds.
Can we start referring to Nick as Sergeant Angel?
No.
Hello, Nicholas. How's the hand? As JML pops into the pits now for a cheeky tea and a biscuit.
Milkovic follows it. Milkovic's 14th. Oh.
Yeah, he's doing a stellar job. Perez, as well, up in it, obviously he's out of sync now, but he's only going to make his pit stop in a couple of laps.
Yeah, and he's now only, once again, 8 seconds behind his teammate.
Wow, he's really making his teammate look like a chump this race, although he would have been making him look even worse if he hadn't clattered into him.
Yeah, I mean, where was Perez? He was right up, he jumped Simon, hadn't he? So he was probably net 4th? Possibly 5th, depending on how Kinnaman slotted in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, his pace has been solid.
We saw this last race as well.
Difficult to compare how it's been the class. I've not really been watching the timing screen between the pair of them. But I do wonder if he's been sort of closing in on them a little bit. As Bergqvist makes his second stop. The two Holmqvists running in 6th and 7th. Not a bad race so far for the Swedish outfit.
Yes, very strong result.
As Bayer still going. So Bayer then on the hard tyres, on to lap 35 now, so he's absolutely going to make this a one-stopper. Yeah, well, he's not the only. So anyone on hard tyres is going for a one-stop now. Yeah, but who else is on the hard tyres? Garcia. Zylander. I said Zylander. You literally only said Garcia. I wasn't done. Garcia isn't on hard tyres. Yeah, he is. No, he's not. Shut your mouth. He's on the softs. Matson is the other driver on hard tyres. There's only 3 of them. He's doing a really fun job. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Matson's doing solidly, isn't he? Relax, doing a solid one, Bradley. Yeah, Alvarez has already got back past his teammate, so now they've both got one more stop to make. I don't think Zylander is going to be able to put up much of a fight. But yeah, Perez. I mean, he's 5 seconds back and on slower tyres. I agree. He wasn't 5 seconds back a second ago. As Adrian Simon pops in the fast lap of 13.344. Hi, welcome to get exactly the midpoint of the race. Daddy, I think my desk is a bit broken. I just had images of it just collapsing then and you ended up in a heap on the floor, which I'd have laughed at. That wouldn't be cool because all my computer is on there. As Zazolia then around the outside of Bayer and demotes the Dutchman to 7th. You had to think about that one. You had to think about yourself. I always do. In the mirror while I'm eating my 5th Taco Bell of the week. On day number 3. Yeah. To be fair, last week I ordered Taco Bell like 4 days in a row. I'm not proud of myself. Actually, I am a bit. Have you ever been? No. Dude, bro, fam, buddy. Hey, look, I only went to Nando's for the 2nd time a couple of days ago. Maybe you should give Martin a call. That was wow. Maybe not quite. Yeah, well. I do take mental health seriously. Really? Yeah. Well, I have enough of my own issues with it, so I'm allowed to say things like that. It's like the N-word for black people. I'm not sure that's how it works. No, probably not. It's also not the same scale as no, not even close. Like being depressed, but it's fine. As these cars just run so stiffly. For a track with so much like undulation, as well. Like, do you like that word? Learned it the other day. Sorry, it bored me. I yawned. I didn't even realise this whole field has suddenly gotten real close together. Well, yeah, from like Zazolia back. The top 5 of streets clear. Bradley's a streaker. Nobody likes seeing it. As Vasquez slides past Osberg into 16th place. That's Wagner, but okay. No, it's not. Oh no, it's not. It's I told you it's Osterberger. I keep mistaking that Chima. Oh, it was Milkovic. Crikey. Yeah, bit of a far cry from 5 years ago when he won this V-Prix. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, last time we were in Magny-Cours, it was Milkovic that won. Did you call it Magny-Cours? It's Magny-Cours. Yes, I did call it Magny-Cours because I'm British and that's how it's spelled. I'm British, so I must be correct.
I'm
That's the British way, isn't it?
We did some bad things to Africa as well. That's the British way.
Fine, Magny-Cours. The last time we were in Magny-Cours is Lopez up the inside of one of the Lopez's.
Yeah, Juan Mario Lopez. Lopez on Lopez action. Oh. Takes a bit too much curve in that. Can't really run side by side in that final few corners.
No, apparently not.
No, not really the place for an overtake, but...
There's, round the outside. That is...
Oh, Vasquez.
Matson.
Vasquez. Zylander has lost heaps of ground for the last few laps. What happened to him?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's given up.
Probably. I wouldn't follow him.
We still haven't pitted, have they, those on the hard tyres? There's one of the meteors all over the curve on the inside. I think someone needs to put a bollard there, or perhaps a brick wall.
We talk about how Hoskins had to do an extra pit stop for a front wing and he's still ahead of his teammate. Like,
I mean, admittedly only by 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, but
Half
that's
a second.
That's because his teammates only just caught up to the back of this train.
Who's this train led then by?
My nan. Just kidding, she's been dead for a while. Perez.
Wagner? Oh, was Matson and Bear pit then? So those on the hard tyres, finally, after 38 laps. Where does... Well, Bear rejoins in 10th. Felix Bear rejoins in 10th with no pit stops left to make. So, Felix Bear then, looking solidly on for at least a point here.
Yeah. As Wagner up the inside, not able to get the momentum and has to actually... Looks like he had to stand on the brakes on the exit of turn 2 there.
Oh, look, Wagner and Matson, the two teammates. Former teammates.
Oh, wow, that is going back. Jesus.
Isn't it just? 2014?
2013, 2014. Oh, Team 23. Short-lived success, eh?
They were brilliant.
They were so good. I loved their livery. It was like so...
I just loved the whole team.
Yeah, does Andy still hang around?
I don't see him much in the paddock.
Nah, I mean, if you do still hang around, drop us a line in the comments of the Discord or something. Just hang out. Say hi. I remember Rob had him as his second in command for a little while.
Nope, that was me.
I remember you had him as your second in command for a little while.
Oh dear. I mean,
yeah, no, it's a shame they filled up with such a bad car in 2014.
Yeah, after a sort of championship contending year in the first season.
Yeah, down to where they were was a bit. Mind you, 2014 was a weird season. Obviously, the last season we had refueling in this discipline.
Didn't we have refueling in 2015?
No.
I'm sure we did.
Nope.
I'm sure we did.
I'm not sure.
Because tyres only came in 2016, I believe. Different compound. Not like overall tyres. Obviously, we had tyres before 2016.
No, we didn't. Take Bradley's words at face value. Didn't have tyres. It's a conspiracy. Yeah, that was when we were supplied by Bridgestone in the first 2 years, and then it was Yokohama, or was it Firestone?
Firestone and Michelin, I believe, for a couple of years.
Michelin. Oh God, yeah. Oh, are we on lap 41?
We are.
Good.
Why?
I thought I accidentally rewound my feed, but it's fine. I'm at the same point as you are.
Yeah, tyre compounds didn't come in until 2016. 2015 was done by fuel.
Neek.
What?
It's a nerd and a geek. I'm surprised you didn't get called it a lot in school.
You're a weirdo.
Yep. But you know what? I still have relations with your parents.
I mean, you don't, do you?
Okay.
Up front then, Class has got the gap down to Powers to around 5 seconds. Stop jumping.
Learn how
5 seconds between the top two. He's dropped Kanga a little bit in this stint as well.
That's what it sounds like when Bradley doesn't wear his glasses. Just can't read.
I have them on, thank you very much.
You should wear contacts.
No, I can't stick my finger in my eye.
I'll stick my finger on your eye.
I'd really rather you didn't.
I can stick my finger anywhere you want.
I'd absolutely really rather you didn't.
Okay. Perez with a great run here on...
Alvarez.
Can you just let me find them on the timings? Thank you, Alvarez. But the Argentine holding firm against his fellow South American.
Well,
Not for long.
I mean, he's Mexican. That's Central America.
You're Central America, shut up.
Probably North America, officially.
Mexico is not North America.
It probably officially is classed as part of the North American continent.
North America is where the white colonialists are.
Oh, Perez either way is down the inside and up into 9th place.
That was a good pass, actually.
It was a really good overtake.
Ooh,
that wasn't.
just clonk, bangs wheels with Wagner. Wagner's like, what on earth is going on? This kid's rallycrossing this thing. And I've still lost the play.
I mean, in fairness, it worked.
Oh, and here comes Robin's mobile. Just completely not do the corner.
Yeah, just drove on the grass, but it didn't work.
No, although I've got to say, maybe they've got their car set up for grass or soil or set up for dirt like in rallying, because he didn't really seem to lose any ground on the grass.
Yeah, well, very possibly.
Power's coming up to lap quite a long train of traffic now.
Well, yeah, that's because from basically Zazolya back is just quite a long train of traffic.
Power's got another 11 laps to his pit stop.
Yeah, this
take it, like, obviously if we could do this and we didn't like drive till the tyres explode, it would be great if you could take his pit stop this lap and then just...
Yeah, because then he'd feed nicely back in as well into the gap between Kanga and Kinnaman.
Yeah, but another feature for another time. Hunter Ryan up the inside of Osterberger, but it doesn't matter, he'll be pitting at the end of this lap anyway.
Wasn't Osberg like literally just ahead of Lopez? Or behind? Oh no, Lopez was trying to pass Wagner, wasn't he? Never mind. Ignore me.
Soldier boy.
As Powers puts Schneider a lap down then.
Yeah.
And now finds himself stuck in this rather lengthy train.
Yeah, and let's watch this gap now from Powers back to class.
It's already down under 4 seconds. 3.5.
Yeah, he's going to lose so much time here. But, I mean, the back mark, at least Schneider did a good job of getting out of the way as Hoskins. Not quite.
Yeah, looking up the inside of Milkovic there as Hunter Ryan dives into pits for his 4th stop.
Yeah, that was $1 late and a day short.
Well, I mean, that's one position easily lapped for Powers.
Yeah. I guess he's just got to rely on the powers that be.
Oh, and he's done De La Fuente somewhere as well.
Yeah, he did that before.
My bad. As easily past Garcia, so they're getting out of the way this time, the back markers here in Magny-Cours. What is going on with Gabriele Garcia? Why is he still down in 20th?
Because he's bad.
Yeah, but he's not. He's proved that already this season.
Has he?
Yes.
So far, I think he's proven that he is bad. He had a bad race last time out. He had a bad race today.
Oh, that's 2. And then he was 9th, 7th, and 8th in the first 3.
Yeah, where was Sorry, I yawned.
Harrison was just ahead of him.
We've only got 25 laps left to go.
Have we?
Yeah. This race gone by very fast, man. I'm just staying away.
Gap under 3 seconds now then at the head of the field.
The energy drink.
But Powers has only got 2 more drivers to lap in that train before he's got a bit of a break for the next
slightly inside of Alvarez very neatly into the Adelaide hairpin. Sorry to cut across you. And actually moves himself up into 10th position.
Yeah, and that is not bad at all on the hard tyres.
No, he's done a job there.
He certainly has. Although at what point did Bayer slip outside of the top 10?
When he made his pit stop.
He must have been falling behind Perez. Because Perez was 11th, wasn't he, initially?
Yeah. Jules Simon doing a great job again. I really hate that he's having such a good season. because I have to eat every single word that I said bad about him last season.
Hey, at least it's not Vokalem.
Yeah, good point. Vauquelin, more like coq au vin. That's a French dish. But yeah, I want to just talk about the home fish for a second. Now, they haven't looked like they can out and out match first in terms of raw pace, but they can't seem to be a very reliable, consistent package. And that Koenigsegg engine seems to. I was expecting it to. Oh, hang on, is that Halverson?
That's Halverson on Alvarez, yeah.
Something. Alvarez is really struggling in this second stint. He's not getting those tires. He's not keeping them in the operating ranges, I don't think.
No, but I think, to be fair as well, he's up against cars at this point in time that are quite a bit quicker.
Yeah, and mind you, if you look at where he is compared to where he started and where his teammate is a been a day. His teammate is a position below where Alvarez started, let alone where he started.
Yeah, and Alvarez is 5 ahead of where Zylander started.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
No, 2. He started 14th, didn't he, Zylander? He had a really good qualifying.
But yeah, I was expecting that Koenigsegg engine because. What was it, V10?
I think you cut out again.
That Koenigsegg engine, I was. God damn it. But yeah, I was expecting it to be a very kind of like unbalanced, quite a wieldy engine for them to deal with in terms of like getting it sorted with their chassis, at least for the first year. So this is the second year.
Yep.
Fine. I've had to repeat my point 3 times, so I honestly just can't be asked to remember what I was trying to say anyway. Let's move on to something else.
Okie dokie, Adrian Simon then right on the back of Timo Kinnaman for 4th place.
It's just gotten darker, Bradley.
It has. I wonder if we are due rain.
Ah.
As Garcia's in the pits and now last.
Good old Gabriella. You're not rising to that anymore. It's no fun.
No, I've just given up.
Yeah. You know it's... Wait, hang on. That's Hutchinson. Oh, Hoskins. Oh, he had to make another start. He's going to have to make one more as well. Dang it. Simon. Oh, Hutchinson very reluctant to get out of the way for Simon there. Seems to let Kinnaman through nice and easy. Am I cutting out again?
No, I was
ignoring me.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good stuff.
Get between the top 2 then, under 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And Klaas can now see Powers in front.
You can see.
And he pits. Never mind.
I don't like pit entrances like that. It's just too tight.
It is quite, isn't it?
Snap the
Can
wheel.
get in on the same lap once again then, but well that shows you the distance that Klaas managed to pull out in that stint. The fact that he was leaving his pit box as Kanga was entering.
Oh, this could no, it won't be close. Never mind.
No, this is going to work out beautifully for Klaas then. Out ahead of Timo Kinnaman, but Kanga will not. Kanga will filter out behind his teammate.
Is it just me, or does this circuit suck compared to Paul Ricard?
I don't know. It's not been too bad. We've had some decent action.
We've had some good action, but I mean as like an actual circuit, like for drivers.
Well, I quite like it.
No, you would. You just like anything I don't.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, we do like a lot of the same stuff,
like Formula Virtual
and women
and sex.
Well, you haven't had any of that for a long time, so.
No, this is true.
Ha ha. Bradley has no sex life. Neither do I, but.
I was gonna say, like you do.
Yeah. Good old Pamela Henderson.
You forget. I sleep in the hotel room next to yours. I hear everything, which is nothing.
Just like.
No, just a bit of sobbing usually.
Eating my Doritos.
Simon dives into the pits then for his third stop. We're going to move on swiftly.
Making mouth sex to my food. Alright, I'll behave.
The soft-tired runners have one more stop to make, don't they?
Yeah,
And so does Powers on his mediums. So he has a pit stop in hand still.
Yeah.
And we've only got 20 laps to go.
I don't think it's going to be tight, Bradley. I think it's
No, I'm not sure either. As long as his car holds up, I think this one is rather comfortably Nathaniel's.
Be interesting to see if Kinnaman can defend against the two McIntyres to bring home a decent result for Franklin.
Oh,
but
it will, won't it? That would be his first podium for Franklin if he can hold on.
That'd be his first podium since 2017.
Well, now you're asking.
It's Italy 2017, I want to say.
Early 2017 is your guess, is that?
Yep.
No, I've just looked for Tumo K. That's not going to work.
Timo K. Special K. Class with a stonker of a fastest lap there, 113.082. He's really, well, he's putting the pedal to the metal. He's going quickly. And he's already taken a second out of Powers' lead. Now, if he can keep up a second lap, he will catch Powers with some time left to go.
Right. Since when?
Huh?
First podium since...
Italy 2017.
Wrong.
Oh, when was it?
Well, he had a podium for Westwood later in that year in Bahrain.
Oh, yeah.
And then drove for Ocelot in the final 5 races of last year, where he finished second twice in Belgium and Italy.
Yeah, even though it should have been 6, Ryan, never forgiven you for that. Turned him into no longer one of FV's most seasoned drivers. Oh, yellow flag in the third sector. Who's there? Knock knock. Is anybody home? No?
Apparently not.
So it was probably just a small off-track excursion. Now that's interesting. Powers, at the end of this stint, is somehow managed to claw a second back against
I was
Clark.
going to say, I was just literally just about to mention that, because you said the gap had come down, and I saw it about 14 something, and now it's back up to 15 something, and now it's 13 something, and now it's 15 something again. This bloody timing's great.
Yeah, but Powers needs to make sure that he can maintain a gap to stay in front of his teammate. If he can stay in front, he could be alright. If he drops behind Klaas has got those like 15 laps to just bolt, get away.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, he'd need 15 seconds and 15 laps.
Yeah, but he's already shown that he's quite. I don't know, Bradley. I'm trying to create suspense. Can you not like?
I know what you're trying to do, but I just don't want to instill false hope in the viewers hoping for a close scrap. I think this one is
our job. Our job is to be
but
exciting. I can only talk about quiche. So, I had a great quiche.
I thought Sebastian Bergqvist was going to go up the inside there.
Was a $1 day short of Reno, and I'm just going to come up with different ways to absolutely butcher that phrase until you slap me. Silly with your 1-inch willy. I love that you just made a slapping noise.
I didn't. I slapped you.
With your no, I don't at all.
I mean, to be fair, if it made that kind of noise, I'd be well impressed.
I saw a picture that calculated the force of Drew's penis.
Let's not go into that. On board with Sebastian Bergqvist then, in 9th place.
Oh, suddenly Bradley acting like he's going to hype up the race. Not like he just shot me down in flames trying to do that.
Bergqvist, darting left, darting right, all over the back of Jules Simon. Will the Swede manage to make an overtake on the home favourite? One of the home favourites, probably not the home favourite. Let's be fair, that's probably his brother.
Hey Bradley, 0800 00
1066. Oh.
Do you like it? I just came up with it on the spot.
Perez pits from 7th then.
Just ignores me.
Yep.
Did I get bleeped out last race, by the way? I didn't actually go back and check.
Oh no, nor did I. Alvarez moves into 10th.
What an absolute chad, but he has got the Perez behind. Oh, Matson.
Yeah, Perez has come out behind Matson as well then.
So brave.
Filters back into the traffic.
There's Powers.
It is, and is Klaas going to go through? That's,
No.
Yeah, he has. Klaas has gone through.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Klaas French goes through into the lead then and takes a second advantage over Powers. He has got traffic first up in the form of Hunter Ryan, who moves immediately out of the way, thankfully.
Yeah. Gotta say, I think that Klaas is going to have an easier time of the traffic, and all it is going to take is one. I mean, he somehow gained a second on Powers in traffic, so
I mean, in fairness, I'm surprised either of the Downtons ever struggle with traffic anyway.
Oh,
They're
Hunter
bright
Ryan.
orange.
Oh, that was a very opportunistic attempt there from Hunter Ryan. Sorry to cut across you, but
No, that's all right.
spotted that Schneider was being lapped and tried to slide a sneaky move up the inside.
Meanwhile, behind them, Alar Kanga is right up, tucked under the rear wing of Timo Kinnaman. If you look at the timing screen.
Oh yeah, I don't think Kinnaman's going to be riding around like that for the next 50 years. Oh
No.
yeah, he's got another pit stop. I don't think it's going to work.
They've both got a pit, I believe. What's Kinnaman on? The mediums. Well, Powers has just pitted, hasn't he? So Kinnaman will pit first. That'll give Kanga the fresh air to.
But the undercut.
Sorry.
It'll give Kinnaman the undercut. And
It will, but I wonder if Kanga can execute the overcut.
We have seen it before. Never mind, Kinnaman just goes around again instead.
I have to say, that'd be very impressive though, to see Kanga execute both the undercut and the overcut in one race.
Yeah, to be fair. But he's shown before that when it comes to his racecraft, he's a very versatile driver.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
He can really adapt to his situation. Proven by the fact that for a couple of years he was dog shit in qualifying. So to put it lightly, so he had to always be adapted to changing additions in racing in a racing situation, and I think that's actually helped make him into quite a superior racing driver today.
His racecraft is certainly amongst the very best on the grid, as Zolio makes his final stop then from 6th and rejoins in 6th. As Felix Perez sets the fastest lap.
That's only 3 thousandths faster than Class.
That's really annoying.
Hey, Bradley, you don't have...
Hey, Class is going to have another attempt yet, isn't he, on his fresh soft?
Oh, yeah. But then so is Perez.
Yeah, but...
In comes Kinnaman.
But, yeah, Kinnaman pits then from 3rd place. So now all eyes on Kanga. How long is it until they're going to pit again on the soft tyres?
Yum. I just wonder if Kinnaman... I am. Just wonder if Kinnaman extended that stint there to try and limit the gain that Kanga might have from that overcut. Obviously, burn out his tyres just a little bit more in that dirty air. It's quite it seems like quite a degradation-heavy circuit. There's a lot of high-speed corners, so the lateral load is quite high. Is that the right word? The lateral load? Is that sideways or up or down? Oh,
I don't know. I don't do technical shite.
Robert,
sorry, jargon.
I should know this.
It's up the inside of Alvarez, Felix Perez, and that is a very, very well executed move.
No, it's not. He cut the corner, Bradley. He just missed the circuit.
But we've seen several people attempt that and not pull it off.
That's a good point, actually.
Up the inside of that right-hander and then into the chicane.
Up the inside of you.
Nope.
I'm not having any of that. I'm not having a bar of it, mate. Gotta say, Hunter Ryan, 5 pit stops in, still not last.
Yeah, Hutch Hutchinson's had a bit of a tough time of it, hasn't he? Considering he's on the medium tyres as well, which we perceive to be the best strategy.
Yeah. Something just has not come together for Lucas this race weekend. I think it's back to the drawing board as he peels off.
And he still has a pit stop to make. Ouch.
Jesus Christ. Sure, I forgot how much I hate Hutchinson's helmet.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, isn't it?
It's just like swamp muck.
I mean, that's polite.
Swamp cum.
Oh, you didn't have to make it less polite.
It would have cost me exactly $0.00 to make that kind of comment, but I did it anyway.
As Perez then, having passed Alvarez on the last lap, Alvarez now diving into the pits. It's now all over the back of Felix Bayer. And Perez absolutely desperate to try and make amends and score some reasonable points here. And is he going to go around the outside of turn 3? He does on Felix Bayer then and executes it far better than he managed on his own teammate.
Yeah, and he's only a second... No, he's not. I looked at the wrong things. So he's now got 12 laps to try and chase down Burgerfist, who's on those harder tyres that are going to be getting on a bit now. I reckon I fancy his chances, to be honest.
Yeah, but does he not have to pit again?
No.
You sure?
So. I don't know, Bradley. John Matson, he's been driving quite a bit steady race. He's actually found himself in quite a profitable position.
Yeah, he's in 10th place and he's 5 seconds clear of anyone else, which is the next car behind him is Johan Halvorsen. Madsen on the hard tyres doesn't have to pit again.
He's outside of the dirty air of Bayer, but he does have. He's close enough that if Bayer has some kind of accident, then he can capitalise.
Yeah, or even just a small spin. He's only 4 seconds back. Bayer on hard tyres as well. The hards have. I mean, we didn't really expect much, but they've not been a bad strategy for those in the midfield, apart from Zylander, who's managed to do nothing with them.
Yeah. No, they're all right. I mean, personally, I don't really ever see much gain unless we're talking like 30, 40 odd degrees. Why have you got DS on your car?
Because we're still partners with DS Automobiles.
What, have DS Automobiles got their finger in like every single pie? Yellow flag sector 3.
Yeah, we do have. We'll get back to the DS chatter in a second.
It's a big summit.
Yeah, it's a long yellow flag, so I'm assuming this is someone in trouble.
Kinnaman's losing all. No, he's not.
Is Ryan? Was Ryan 24th?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. He's behind Hutchinson.
Oh,
I think that's Hunter Ryan.
So a weekend for Ocelot then goes from bad to worse as their one car that they got out of Q1 retires from the French V-Prix. Oh, so they are a long way away from 12 months ago, Bradley.
Aren't they just? What a difference a year makes.
Yeah. Although I suppose if anything, this is back to status quo for Ocelot.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at it realistically, without being mean,
yeah.
Last year was the blip, really, wasn't it?
It was. Here we go then. So he was coming into.
Just no drive out the corner.
Yeah, just lost.
It just decided to down, and it was smoking. So that was an Alfa Romeo engine gone pop.
Wow, who'd have thunk it?
Well, the other one's still in the back of Milkovic's car, going all right in 16th place. Actually, that's a pretty solid result, isn't it, for Chima?
Yeah.
16. I mean, we've got 10 laps yet, so, you know, let's not count any chickens. Oh, look, there's a chicken.
Season. I love KFC.
One. No, I don't.
Ooh, do you?
I had KFC the other night and it made me sick.
Well, you're just a bit... That was all close. I thought Verstappen was just going to yeet this front wing then.
Yeah, so did I. I had a real heart-stopping moment there.
I'll tell you what.
Interesting to know, Class is now 8 seconds clear of Kanga.
Yeah. I've been keeping an eye on the gap between Kanga and Kinnaman, and Kanga has not really been able to pull out much time. Only about a second or two on the fin.
That's going to be close, but he was right up his gearbox.
He's right up his chaff. That's a horrible way of saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it is going to be tight, but we'll have to wait and see.
We will indeed.
Really?
He will. You can stop.
Ja.
Yes. Anyway, DS.
Yeah.
So yeah, while
have their ties in. No, that's not right. That's not the right way around for that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work at all. Yeah, so I mean, obviously our engine is built by ourselves, but we do have our own set of DS Automobile technicians who tune our engine for us. And you've decided you don't care. Ask me a question and ignore the answer. Just rude. As we watch John Matson then, he's coming under a little bit of pressure now from Johan Halvorsen. The Dane, who was some 5 seconds back, is now 5/10. We sweep around turn 3. I believe Harry may just be having a couple of technical difficulties, as we've experienced quite a bit this race. You've got Jules Simon just behind them as well this pack. But Halvorsen now very, very close as they come into the Adelaide hairpin. And we have cut away to Klaas van Snelheid, the race leader, trying to lap JML.
Yeah,
Oh, you're back. down the inside.
Oh, he's had to.
Oh, Class
Oh.
clips the curve on the inside and
Alvarez.
very nearly runs into the side of Lopez, and that's allowed Alvarez through into 13th place.
Yeah,
Or has it? No, it hasn't. Never mind.
That. See, the thing is that the actual DS Mathershaw car is perfectly fine in a straight line. So I'm just wondering if maybe there's some kind of design flaw with the DS Phoenix that's causing it to create too much drag, because it's just got nothing to work with in a straight
Probably.
line. Because we know that's a good power unit. You know, it's won championships, that team.
Although this is their first year with a DS engine.
Yeah, but it was DS tuned, like you were making a big point about, which I personally am very confused by. Like, so you make your own engines, but DS also play with them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Halverson with a lovely move around the outside of turn
Oh, yeah,
one.
and that's Halverson into 10th.
Yeah.
That's
Push-
Halverson to take the final points position then.
Halverson is definitely doing work for North Star. I don't think that car is as good as he's making it look right now.
Well,
He's
no,
had a
this
good
weekend
run
has certainly proved it, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. And I fancy his chances of holding on to that result, to be honest.
Do you?
I do! Might even be able to catch up with Bayer and do something.
Oh, it's down the inside of Lopez goes Vazquez.
Vasquez. Wow.
Vazquez. Don't know,
Vasquez.
stick flowers in him.
I think he might get a bit cross. It depends which hole you put them in. Klaus has lost 2 seconds to Kanga somewhere.
He has, yeah. Kanga's really rapidly reeling in now, isn't he? I wonder if that's just in the traffic, though.
You're in the traffic.
I'm not. Both my cars are. We have a smoking engine.
That's Halverson!
It is.
After such... he's driven such good
Oh,
race.
dear.
I'm just wondering... Well, it's not too hot here, so I don't know why we're having so many engine failures. Well, 3. So...
No, but it is quite a bit of a power circuit, isn't it? You think we've got quite a few long, non-straight straights.
Yeah, they're called corners. So there's that. That's a big shame though for North Star. And for
Alright, quite a lot of power zones.
Yeah. That's a very good phrase actually. That's a good term. Hey, look who's
Maybe
found
that's why Nathaniel's done so well.
Milkovic. Oh no, you didn't. Anyway, Milkovic up in 15th. Day goes from good to better for him. We've only got 6 laps left.
Yeah, and still quite a few pit stops to take place, I feel. I get the feeling the order's going to shake up quite a bit, yeah?
This is going to be like...
Meanwhile, Kanga's like 19 seconds, 20 seconds clear of Kinnaman now.
Yeah, Kinnaman, I think, has been caught up. He's lost 3 seconds somewhere. He's losing more time.
And I think that's the podium gone.
Yeah, that's cost him. Unless Kanga makes some kind of error here, I can't see Kinnaman making up that difference now. If Simon, smelling a point here, is suddenly really finding the pressure on John Matson. Obviously, the experienced Frenchman versus the...
As into the pits then come Klaas from the lead and Kanga from third. So
Yeah.
that hands Nathaniel Powers the lead, and as long as nothing goes wrong, please nothing go wrong.
Simon is
potential
third.
victory.
Wait, does he have to stop again?
He does. Klaas van Snelhout rejoins in second then, so Downton on for a 1-2.
Yeah. I'll stop the whining for a week.
Yay!
Here
Here
we
we
go.
go. This is on board with Jules Simon then, up the inside of Jean Matson,
Yeah.
over the curb, and through into 10th.
Told you that car is set up for the gravel. Not the gravel. Dirt.
Just anything that's not tarmac.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, look at that.
I mean-
Kanga's come out 7 seconds clear of Kinnaman.
Ooh,
It wasn't
Kinnaman-
even close.
How did he even lose so much? I'm just wondering where he lost all that time. Like, I mean, he'll still have a 4th place finish, which isn't bad, but I've got to say, I think we touched on this last race. Expected a bit more from Tumo this year. I think, obviously, yeah, it's his installation year, I guess, at Franklin. Like, it's settling in, learning the new car, new engine. He's never driven with a Honda engine before. And obviously the pressure of not only being in a top team as Simon peels off into the pits, but also...
Yeah, that hands Kanga back the podium.
The pressure of being up against arguably one of the best drivers in Formula Virtual.
Yeah, well and truly, and I think he's just suffering under that pressure a little bit at the moment. But, you know, given a few races, I think he'll settle in and we'll maybe start to see some better performance. But I don't know. I mean, I was a pretty lone voice against, well, in the paddock last season when the move was announced that Kinnaman was going to Franklin. I didn't think he was going to stun. I'm happy to still be proved wrong, though. If he wants to actually turn up.
The second half to see spank Enrico Ruiz into next decade.
If he does that, fair play to him.
Oh my god, we're entering a new decade at the end of this year, Bradley.
Shit.
I've only done that a couple of times.
That's really depressing. What was depressing is we were in the office earlier and someone mentioned that 2011 was 8 years ago. But just let that sink in for a second.
What does it want now?
What?
You know, like the meme, let that sink in, and then it's like a picture of someone who's got the front door open.
Very funny. Well, we've got 4 laps left here, and I don't see much changing, if I'm honest.
Button won his championship a decade ago.
Oh, hits. Bergfist.
Burger Fist. Wait, that's late. Oh, of course, soft-tide runners. No, they already did that.
No, he obviously was a little bit lagging behind in his stops. That's a shame for Bergfist. He was what, like 6th or something?
No, he was 8th.
Must have been 7th then, because he's fallen behind Perez.
Yeah, Perez. Could you imagine if something happens to Zazolio and Perez ends up finishing ahead of him anyway?
Or running into him again.
Yeah. But you see, the thing for me, right? Yeah, okay, Perez, great job getting back to 7th place, but without losing those probably 20-30 seconds, look where he would be. You know, he'd be challenging for 5th or 4th.
Is Perez going to have to pit again?
He might do.
Because he was a lap later, wasn't he? Because it was the lap after his stop that he crashed into his teammate.
I don't actually know, Bradley. I haven't been paying that much attention today. You see, it's the sleep deprivation.
Meanwhile, Milkovic has just made his final stop and rejoined in 17th place. So that's a really solid run for the Russians. We have a yellow flag in the first sector. It's not the race leader.
No. Or is it?
Nope, because we're watching him on screen. It's gone anyway, so it doesn't seem to be anything of note.
Just like you.
Rude.
That's Nathaniel Powers, Bradley.
It is.
He's in the lead, Bradley.
He is. And he only has 2 laps to go.
He is. Oh shit, no, he does. Damn it!
You spanner. Lopez pits then, so drivers are still diving in.
Bradley.
You're a spanner.
Look at the lap, Bradley. Bradley, it's the sex number.
Hey, look at the 2 what's it? They're the 2 Westwood numbers, 69 and 70.
That's a good point. Oh, I was so glad that nobody took those numbers. They will forever be immortalised.
Yet.
Nobody's taking them.
What if a team comes in next year and takes them?
They won't. Well, they might.
How do you know that?
Well, because no teams are coming in. We've got the max 15.
No, this is true. Yeah, Perez pits then from 7th.
Oh.
If that's going to hand, I should imagine, both the Holmqvists a position. Oh, maybe not. Perez is already out the pits. He'll fall behind Bergfist, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. Perez then.
Here comes Bergfist. There he goes.
Yeah, he has fallen behind Bergfist. He split the 2 Holmqvists.
Yeah, you know. It's a very good stop from the first boys.
Yeah, it was. And that's in fairness, that's not a half bad recovery drive from Perez.
No, he's done alright.
Although he hasn't really ended up any further than his teammate would have done. You would say it's been about 18 seconds. He had a long stop though, didn't he? Because of his front wing and an extra stop. So, yeah, he would have been really far up.
30-40 seconds.
He's made Zazzoli look ridiculous, frankly.
Has a bit.
Which is impressive, seeing as Zazzoli is usually the stronger of the two in the race.
Yeah, normally in qualifying, Perez is the spanker, but in the race he's the spanky. But today he's been the spanker.
Yeah, so Perez, to put it slightly better, is finally finding his feet, seemingly. Oh, as we've got contact, and that is Garcia and Zylander on the penultimate lap for them, or the final lap for them. But either way, it's, well, it's Nathaniel Powers up front into the final sector for the last time then. He has just 3 corners to go as Powers rounds the right-hander into the final chicane. Nathaniel Powers crosses the line to make it 2 in a row. Powers wins in France. Klaas van Snelheid is going to follow him home in second place for the first Downton 1-2 of the season. Al Arkanga, a couple of seconds further back, completes the podium then. And it's going to be Timo Kinnaman in fourth ahead of Adrian Simon.
Yeah, Kinnaman ended up 12 seconds off the Kangaroo in the end.
Yeah, his last 2 stints really didn't go too well at all, did they?
Perez is close enough to put some pressure on Burgerfist, but I don't know if he's got enough time. He's probably coming up to the last sector now.
And there they are on screen.
No.
It's, no, we've gone back to the Raypointer.
It's Nathaniel Powers. He's from Great Britain and he's won the race, Bradley. He drives for you.
He does, yes, well done. I feel like I'm commentating with a 6-year-old sometimes.
Because you basically are a 6-year-old with a drinking permit. That's me. You're still driving at racing speed for some reason. Weirdo.
No, they all do.
Might want to tell him to slow down there, Chief.
I mean,
at least wave to some of the fans. They paid for a ticket. You could at least show them some damn respect.
No, none of them know how to take their hands off the wheel.
Yeah, that's a good point. They do have quite small hands, but and long, skinny arms.
They do. It's Nathaniel Powers then, the second time in a row, wins the French V-Prix. So the official classification then shows that Nathaniel Powers is the winner of the French V-Prix for the first time in his career. Klaas van Snelheid follows him home in second place to complete the first Downton 1-2 of the season, while Al Arkanga finishes a fantastic third with a great drive. Behind him, Adrian Simon. Felix Perez set the fastest lap, but would have been hoping for more than 8th place, while Sebastian Bergqvist got the career best in 7th, and Enrico Riese, the pole sitter, the really unfortunate engine failure resulting in a retirement. What does that mean for the Drivers' Championship? Well, Klaas van Snelheid leads by 8 points now over his teammates. That's more than the difference of a 1-2. And Adrian Simon and Enrico Riese dropped to 3rd and 4th. Bergqvist, with, as I say, that career best finish, is the biggest mover. He's gone up 4 spots and back into the top 10 has the Swede, while Bayer has gained a position as well, and a bit of movement towards the back of the Drivers' Championship standings. And in the Constructors, Downton still lead. They've extended that. It's now more than a 1-2 over DS Mathershaw, 44 points. Franklin is 68 behind, first are 106. The only movement in the Constructors' Championship, Holmqvist go past Lopez, Holmqvist onto 18 points. But that's all from our race here today at Magny-Cours. So from both me and Harry, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 7 from Jerez, Spain.